On this episode of Watch Culture, we're going to be talking about the 1997 classic Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers is a great movie.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah. Well, you should know what you're getting by now with Verhoeven.
So, let's see what's up with Starship Troopers. All right, we're back for another episode of Watch Culture, the show where we give you recommendations on movies you should watch. Today we're talking about Starship Troopers. It's a 1997 movie, and it is one of my favorite Paul Verhoeven movies. In fact, I might even say I love it more than RoboCop. Don't hit me.
Oh, wow. I prefer RoboCop personally. I also like Total Recall better, but this is very entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got...
it's in its trifecta for sure.
Yes, for sure. And it's got a whole bunch of it just... The usual Paul Verhoeven stuff. It's very over the top, on purpose to convey a message that you don't get on first viewing, much like RoboCop, where
or Showgirls.
Showgirls. Much like RoboCop, where it's a very bloody, violent movie, but it's like that. So you can, with the underlying message that corporate America is taking over everything and privatizing everything, and everything becomes hyper-violent as a result almost.
Yeah, so this film is about a culture where the Nazis won, effectively.
Well, I would almost say that it's more like America, like the USA is like thinking about how to approach colonization and military service has sort of spread to the rest of the world, where you, in order to be an actual true citizen, you have to serve in the military, like mandatory.
Yeah, you can't get an education, you can't have babies, you can't get married, I think.
No, I think you can still get married.
But there's a lot of things you can't do in their cultural...
Unless you serve in the military.
Which is insane.
Yeah, that's very crazy. So, and, you see a lot of sending good people off to die in war, like, throughout the film, and a lot of, if you've ever read anything about how the United States has fought wars in the past, basically we're technologically superior, so we can just throw numbers at it type game. They often underestimate their opponents in a lot of their wars. So it's the same thing here. Basically they're just bugs. They're not intelligent. They're not intelligent at all, and it leads to a big massacre in the middle of the film. Anyway. If the thing about this movie, though, is you could take that message out of it, or you could completely ignore all of that and watch a perfectly satisfying action movie.
Yes. Yeah, you could. It's not like it's...
The politics isn't heavy-handed at all.
It's not like it's overt.
No, you have to look at that, and there's like a lot of discussions online about it. But you could show this movie to a person who isn't politically inclined at all, and they'll say, hey, that was really fun. A bunch of bugs died in very bloody ways, and it's very gooey.
If you were a teenager like I was when it came out, that's absolutely what the takeaway of the movie was.
Exactly.
But as I watched it on repeated viewings, I started to realize, they're actually sadists in a lot of ways. Like, their culture is very aggressive. It's very one-sided, and in a lot of ways... When you, if you really think about it, you can start to empathize with the bugs and see, maybe they were not actually attacking planet Earth and that it was, a big setup.
Yeah, in fact, I haven't seen any sequels, but there was a cartoon made after the first one, which they went into, actually, the season finale of one of their seasons was that the humans started the war and encroached on their territory first. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But at any rate, all that aside, is a very serviceable action movie. Yeah. It's very it's very full throttle action. There's they're defending a certain position, and there's these giant bugs everywhere, just
slaughter them.
Yeah, they're just storming the walls, and they're just taking them out, and just guns everywhere.
Fun fact, there was 17 gallons of blood used in this film or something crazy like that.
I don't doubt it. It's very... And, the dialogue is cheesy, but over-top cheesy.
It's intentionally cheesy.
Yeah. And entertaining. So it's so over-the-top, it's entertaining.
You could... not that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the epitome of action heroes, but at that time, I would say he was probably up there, right? You could easily see that being an Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah, or any of the other action heroes.
Bruce Willis, yeah, you could. It's of that ilk, I guess, is my point. There's also a fun line in there about you want to live forever, which is in RoboCop. I did not realize there was that association with it.
Yeah.
And what's that one line where they talk about it in their commercials? Just like RoboCop, you want to know more, or would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more?
There's lots of subtle things in there about like commercialization and marketing and.
Well, it's funny because the internet didn't really, at least not like it exists now. There was no YouTube back then, but it was almost ahead of its time where they have all these sort of informative videos, like shorts about bugs, because people's attention spans have become so short, basically, in the future, which he kind of hit the nail on the head before it came to that. But so Neil Patrick Harris, who's in it, which is insane, but he plays
such a great turn in that movie.
Yeah, he plays this high up intelligence officer, and he does a video about like a little just 30-second video about the bugs, and then he's like, he finishes his thing and it's like, would you like to know more? And then it's almost like you're watching YouTube and then you click on a different video to keep going down that avenue, right?
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't know what else we can say about it without you watching it, because
you just really need to go see it. Go check it out.
Just go watch it.
It's great. It's great. It's super entertaining.
Yeah.
There's that political thing that you can take out of it, or just watch it for the action. It's excellent.
And this has been Watch Culture. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Crosstalk. My name's Mike, and today we're going to discuss why the cinematic masterpiece that is Armageddon is an instant classic. Point 1, Michael Bay. Oh, hey Chris.
Ah! No! You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's because they had sex in the tent right before.
Oh, was it at that point?
Yeah.
Was that at the end of the movie?
Yeah, it was like, well, not the end of the movie, but it's like it was like third act at least.
Okay. That shows you that I don't remember that plot point that well, because bugs.